Hey crew, welcome back to the workshop. Artisan Pirate here, and in today's Fun Scroll Saw project video, we're going to be making a Father's Day themed project for dear old dad. Father's Day is right around the corner, and the project that I have picked out is simplistic in nature to where you can quickly get out in your garage or workshop and make one of those handmade and very heartfelt gifts for the father or father figure in your life. The pattern I've selected comes from the Steve Good Scroll Saw collection off of the USB drive we ordered earlier in the year, and I have not even scratched the surface of what is on the USB drive, and I'm eager to bring a lot more of the designs featured on it to life in future Scroll Saw project videos. But I've already got the pattern printed out to its full size and it's ready to be attached to our material with clear packing tape, but I need to talk about the material and how we're going to go about it before we get to attaching it. But here is the full-size pattern. It's got a big number 1, big and bold, and it's got dad along the side of the 1, and then it's got the words I love you in the number 1. So number 1, dad, I love you. Really cool, very simplistic project that you can get out in the heat and humidity as I am in your workshop and make something quickly for your father, as I said. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to take one individual scroll saw pattern like this and finish it in 2 totally unique ways. And for that, I've got 3 pieces of material here. For the main one that I originally intended to make, and then the wheels started spinning in my head, we need to attach the pattern to this 1/2 inch piece of pine. Steve does recommend 3/4 inch in the pattern pack. And we are going to make basically a trophy out of some 1/2 inch pine that can sit on a shelf, desk, or countertop. Now, if the father or father figure in your life does not have a shelf, desk, or a lot of counter space, we can of course use the same pattern and cut the project out of 1/4 inch material. This is a scrap piece here, and make it as a wall plaque to hang on the wall. So the way I'm going to prep this project is I'm going to set the piece for the base back here on the workbench for safekeeping, and what we're going to do is we're going to take the 1/4 inch piece and the 1/2 inch piece of pine, so this will total up to 3/4 inch in thickness. Of course, the scroll saw will cut easily through this as long as we take our time and let the blade do the work. And then we will attach the pattern just like this with that 1/4 inch piece on the back there, and we'll be able to cut out both projects in the time it virtually takes to cut out one over at the scroll saw. So since we need to get the pattern attached, let's move the camera over to the workbench and do that now. And over here on the workbench, we're going to use clear packing tape to lock the 1/2 inch pine and 1/4 inch plywood together. If the project was any more detailed than it is, I would have used little brad nails to hold the 2 pieces together. But after the pattern is attached and the pieces are together, I drilled the few pilot holes required with the Seiko scroller's drill, and then we were over to the Rikon scroll saw to begin scrolling. For all of the scrolling on this project, I'll be using a number 5 Ultra reverse tooth blade, and it will cut through both layers of our material here exceptionally well with minimal chip out. Again, we are cutting through 1/2 inch pine and 1/4 inch plywood, so that totals to around 3/4 inches in thickness. If you all would like to try this pattern, it's available as a free pattern download at Steve Good's scrollsawworkshop.blogspot.com website over in his free pattern catalog, or on the USB drive the Steve Good family offers. Here at a close-up view, you can see me working on the quote that's in the middle of the 1 that says I love you. Of course, we are taking our time and letting the blade do the work. The material we are using today cuts so smoothly over on the scroll saw, but by all means you could of course cut this project out of more exotic or hardwoods if you wanted to. Just please be aware, with the harder and denser materials, the feed rate in which you feed into the blade will be that much slower than what I am feeding the blade into here on the project. Doing the final internal cut here, and now I have retensioned the blade, and we are doing that long final outside perimeter cut to release the piece from the waste wood. If you all like what you're seeing, I would highly encourage you to subscribe to my channel and also follow me across all my social media feeds under the Artisan Pirate name. I'd really appreciate the support. Very simplistic and straightforward design to get you in and out of your garage or workshop and make one of those handmade heartfelt gifts for the father in your life for Father's Day 2026. But now over here at the workbench, we'll carefully remove the two pieces from the waste wood, and we'll use the washer technique. We haven't used that in a while, and we'll use firm pressure and trace around the perimeter to have a 1/4 inch reveal backer board all the way around the one from the 1/4 inch material. And I will quickly eyeball and measure for a base here for the trophy one. But we will first go to the scroll saw and cut out the backer board. And I'm still using that same number 5 Ultra Reverse Tooth scroll saw blade. They are phenomenal blades, and the Shark Tooth brand is a great quality for scroll saw woodworking. But now all of the scroll saw work will be complete, and before going to sanding, I will go over to the Rikon table saw and we will cut our base down to size. And this will complete all of the cutting on today's project. After we go over to the router table and put a slight round over on all 4 sides of the top of the base. But now we will head to sanding, and I'll sand with 180 grit Klingspor Woodworking Shop sandpaper with the vibrating palm sander using small circular motions. And I'll sand the front and back side of the trophy piece and carefully sand the rest of our pieces. And now we need to glue the trophy piece to the base, and I'm using just basic medium grade CA glue from Klingspor Woodworking Shop and some activator I picked up at Hobby Lobby. And after around 5 minutes, that glue had completely dried and cured. And I took our backer board for our plaque piece and I spray painted it a nice dark blue color. I felt that was appropriate for Father's Day. Of course, you could totally use any color you wanted to. And then the trophy one I hung on a wire, and I appropriately, since it was a trophy I was making, spray painted it gold. And I think the gold metallic Rust-Oleum paint here really popped and stood out. But after the backer board had dried, it was going to be time to glue it and the scroll work together with more CA glue here. And after it dried, after spraying activator on it for around 5 minutes, it was time to finish everything up with a few coats of Rust-Oleum clear gloss. And this always makes the grain textures pop in the materials you use on your projects. I gave everything a few coats, and after it dried, our Father's Day scroll saw projects were complete. And here we have the 2 completed number 1 Dad I Love You pieces, cut out completely over on the Rikon scroll saw from start to finish, and they finished up beautifully in a creative and unique way. And I hope in today's video I inspired you all to maybe try using a scroll saw pattern in a different and unique way. Remember when we started the video, we attached the 1/4 inch material, which is this one, to the 1/2 inch pine, which is this one, to where we could get both projects cut out in virtually the same time, and then we finished them in 2 unique and creative ways. Once again, showing off the versatility of a scroll saw out in a garage or workshop. And with Father's Day right around the corner, I feel like this would be a really cool project to sneak out into your garage or workshop and make for dear old Dad for Father's Day 2026. I want to once again thank the late Steve Good for the beautiful and creative design featured in his scroll saw pattern collection, available on the USB drive that the Steve Good family now offers. Again, we miss you dearly, Steve. Tons of creative patterns on that USB thumb drive. But it only took me around 25 minutes to scroll this project out completely from start to finish. I'll hold the main one that I originally intended to make up, and then we'll hold the second one up before we close the video. But here you can see the number 1, nice, big, and bold with the number sign here, the hashtag sign, and Dad on the side in a nice font. And then easily and legibly, you can read, I love you. So, I love you, Dad, number 1. Really, really cool. And I finished this in a trophy-like manner by adding a base to it. Again, Steve, in the pattern pack you look at, suggests 3/4 inch material, and this was 3/4 inch pine, but I milled it down to 1/2 inch in thickness. I can't remember why I milled it down, but I had it laying around and I figured this would be a good way to use that piece of material and also make a nice base. So it's kind of like a trophy that can sit on a shelf, desk, or countertop. And the Rust-Oleum gold spray paint is nice and vibrant, and it really didn't need any clear coat, but I went on and clear coated it with a few coats of Rust-Oleum clear gloss, and I think it finished up beautifully. And of course, gold does symbolize first place, number 1. But then the second one, with that scrap piece of 1/4 inch material that my buddy Jerry Meismer gave me, we finished it like a plaque that can have a hanger attached, and it can hang on a wall. If you were, or if the person I'm trying to say you are gifting this to, the dad, father figure in your life, has limited shelf, desk, or counter space, they could of course hang it on a wall like we finished here. I took a scrap piece of 3/16 inch construction grade plywood, and we used the washer technique. We had not done that in a while, and we traced around the perimeter, getting a nice 1/4 inch border all the way around, and we cut it out and we spray painted it a nice blue. Of course, blue is associated with men, with guys, with dudes, you know, and fathers, of course, blue for men. So you could do any color you wanted to here, but I just wanted to show you all in today's video, as well as making something for Pops in today's video for Father's Day 2026, also how to creatively use one individual scroll saw pattern. So as they start out as lines on a piece of paper, they can be used in several different and creative ways. Of course, one of these will go to my Pops for Father's Day, but again, in a different way, in a roundabout way, if you had both a dad and a stepfather, you could go about this manner to make them both something in the equal amount of time in your garage or workshop. I know we're getting into the hotter months. It's humid in my area. It's very kind of muggy out. So this project could really get you in and get you out of the workshop to make something to show how much you love your father, and hopefully he is the number 1 dad in your all opinion. But if you're a father, a pops, a dad, a daddy, a grandfather out in the big wide world, I hope you all have a happy and safe Father's Day 2026. Happy Father's Day from the Artisan Pirate. So really, really neat. Again, just a creative way to make these. You could also cut this out and not put a base on it, out of the 3/4 inch thick material, and also put a hanger on it. That's totally an option. But again, I wanted to finish one like a trophy and finish one that could hang on a wall to be presented like a plaque. Now, of course, with the trophy manner, you could use thicker material and go get the actual person's, the father's name engraved on a little plaque there. So another option. The skies are the limits, and I always encourage people to think outside of the box when they approach each and every scroll saw pattern and project that they are going to make over on their scroll saws. But really, really cool, really creative. Let me know down in the comments below which one do you like best and which way you would prefer to make the project if you wanted to make this same exact design. As I've already said, one of these will go to my Pops for Father's Day. I enjoy spending time with him, especially as everyone in the family gets older. If your father, your Pops, however you call them, is still living, take the time to spend time with them on Father's Day, or at least on Father's Day weekend. I know love is meant to be spread 365 days a year, not on any specific day like Father's Day is in June. So please just spend some time with them. And again, these handmade gifts go a long way, and they are more heartfelt as opposed to making, you know, just ordering a gift card, giving them money, taking them out to eat. Of course, you can totally do those things, but also include a nice handmade gift made by your hands in your garage or workshop. Really, really cool. Once again, thank you, Steve Good, for that creative design. That's going to be about all for this one. If you're new to the channel, hopefully you'll click that subscribe button and follow me across all my social media feeds under the Artisan Pirate name. As always, links to contact me as well as all my social media feeds will always be linked down in the description box below these videos. That's about all for this one, crew, and remember, if I can make it or do it, so can you all. I'm the Artisan Pirate. Take care, and I'll see you all real soon.